In this video, we are going to talk about the Bitcoin head and shoulders price action. Is that even valid? And we are also going to debunk that price action. And on top of that, we are also going to give you a short-term analysis update. Stay tuned to know more. So hi guys, and welcome back to another Gabb's cryptocurrency video where we trade by data and not by hype. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, click the subscribe button down below and hit the notification bell so you won't miss out daily technical analysis like this. So let's dive into this video. So let's split this video into two parts. So first things first, we are going to understand the short-term analysis, and then the second thing, we are just going to debunk the head and shoulders pattern na we have been seeing with the Bitcoin price. And right now, let's talk about the very short term first. So as you can see, ito yung ating latest analysis. Actually, pinost ko to kanina umaga na meron tayong falling wedge na nagpo-form. And traditionally, a falling wedge is a bullish pattern to the upside. So that's why I actually tried trading this. And our targets are actually by getting the 42,000 and then as well as the 42.3k kasi yun yung ating resistance area. As well as that is the top of the wedge, which is yung ating traditional and technical target. So, fortunately, we saw a breakout. However, ang naging target pala natin for the time being is around the 42,000 US dollars. So, look at that. We have now met our target around the 42,000 US dollars. So, as of now, I'm not expecting a massive move for the Bitcoin price kasi as you can see, if you're going to look at the shorter time frames, though you can trade that, but if you're going to look at the bigger time frames such as a 4-hour time frame, I think there's still no clear trend pa for the Bitcoin price. I think ang pinakamais talaga tingnan dito is actually the daily time frame kasi if you're going to look at the daily time frame, ito yung sinabi ko din sa inyo kahapon, despite of the Bitcoin price declining or consolidating, the RSI is currently increasing. So as you can see, nagkakaroon yung strength yung ating coin ngayon. As of now, we have to be very patient with the Bitcoin price pa din. Yun din sinasabi ko actually for the past few days na we don't have a clear indicator yet other than the daily time frame na hindi pa actually siya confirm kasi though we are starting to form a bullish divergence wherein the RSI is increasing, I think we need to get a lot of daily candle closes in order for us to confirm that we are going to see a bullish trend reversal. So with that being said, we are seeing actually a bullish indicator in the daily time frame, but we need more confirmations pa talaga in order for us to continue a bullish movement. So as of now, we still don't have a bearish continuation price action or confirmation. Wala din tayong bullish confirmation yet. So as of now, we need to wait this one out, especially meron tayong consolidation forming between the 40,000 up until the 43,000 US dollars. So if you were to trade this, I think ang pinakang okay pa lang sa ngayon is by actually getting the support and resistance between the 40 up until the 43k. So in that case, ang pinakang ideal pala na pwede mong gawin ngayon is actually by trading within the support and resistance. Pero ang pinakang practical for me right now is to actually wait this one out. And the reason why we also need to have patience kasi daily time frame is a bigger time frame. So it's not actually going to be a fast movement. So yeah, right now we have to be very patient lang ngayon with the Bitcoin price action. Ito yung next thing na gusto ko pag-usapan ngayon, which is actually the head and shoulders pattern na ang dami nag-suggest na nakita daw sila na head and shoulders pattern with the Bitcoin price. So actually, ito yung actually tinitingnan nila head and shoulders. So may nakita ko actually na images na nagpo-post na meron tayong shoulders. And then ito daw is isang head. And then ito daw is isang shoulder. So let's discuss first what is a head and shoulders. So this is actually yung pinakang best way to understand what is a head and shoulders. So traditionally, when we are in an uptrend, we can actually see the Bitcoin price getting bounces and getting a lot of higher lows. So in that case, yung ating pullbacks natin are getting a lot of higher lows. So in that case, nagkakaroon tayo ng trend na meron tayong higher lows. However, if mag-start na mag-break yung ating series of higher lows, so let's say nagkaroon tayo ng higher high dito sa ating Bitcoin price, nagkaroon ng retracement, isa pang higher high, pero the moment na mag-break natin yung ating higher lows, let's say hindi tayo nagkaroon ng higher low, na-break niya yung trend, then at that point in time, that could actually indicate na we have broken the trend and then it could actually indicate na we might see a bearish trend reversal. So in that case, and then what would more likely going to happen is magkakaroon tayo ng one more last retracement. But ang negative thing doon is, yung bad thing doon is after that last retracement, you would actually notice na it's not going to get higher highs. In this case, instead of getting higher highs sa ating Bitcoin price, nagkaroon tayo ng lower high indicating na that is a confirmation na magkakaroon tayo ng ating bearish trend reversal. So in that case, this part na nakita mo sa right-hand side, that is called a dead cat bounce. It is actually wherein the price tries to retrace pero natatalo na yung ating bulls. In that case, nagkakaroon ng mas malaking power yung bears Kasi there are more selling opportunities as well as the oscillators are declining. Oscillators are other indicators such as MACD as well as RSI na nag-indicate na the strength of the coin is actually declining. So in that case, mag-focus tayo dito sa ating part na to, which is the top. So as you can see, if you are going to look at this bullish trend, you would actually notice na meron tayong first peak, second peak, and then after the second peak, we saw a dead cat bounce na hindi niya na-retest yung ating higher price action. So in that case, that is a head and shoulders pattern. So a head and shoulders pattern is an indicator for a bearish trend reversal to the downside. Now, let's try to look back in history yung ating mga naging successful head and shoulders pattern with the Bitcoin price following this fundamentals na nagkakaroon tayo na higher lows, higher lows, higher lows. And then the moment na break natin yung higher low, doon na tayo nagkaroon ng break to the downside. So let's try to look back in time na nagkaroon tayo na similar situation with this area. So let's try to look at the Bitcoin price dito and let's look at this movement na to. So as you can see, if you're going to open the moving averages, especially the 50-day moving average, the 50-day moving average has been actually a pretty good indicator in determining a pullback. Because as you can see, whenever the Bitcoin price tries to retrace to the downside, we are getting a lot of support with the 50-day moving average. And similarly, as you can see, nagkakaroon tayo ng trend of higher lows within the months or weeks. So as you can see, nagkakaroon tayo ng trend of higher lows for the Bitcoin price. Now, on top of that, we were also seeing higher highs, higher highs, higher highs, and then higher highs. Unfortunately, the moment na na-break natin yung ating trend of higher lows, the moment na nagkaroon tayo ng breakdown dyan sa ating higher lows, doon na tayo nag-start mag-breakdown with the Bitcoin price. Look at this. Diba higher lows, pero the moment na na-break natin yung trend, we saw a lower low as compared dito. With that being said, tinry ng Bitcoin price mag-retrace to the upside, pero naging problem dyan is that indicated a dead cat bounce for the time being. So in that case, this one is actually more of a valid head and shoulders pattern. Kasi look at this. We saw a full candle. We also saw another full candle na nag-indicate na we are seeing lower low. In that case, we confirmed na we actually broke the trend of higher lows. So in that case, ano ang nangyari dito? Nagkaroon tayo ng support line dyan within this area. And as you can see, this is the first peak, the second peak, and then the dead cat bounce. Then that indicated na nagkaroon tayo ng ating head and shoulders pattern. And then as you can see, our target for this head and shoulders pattern is by getting the height. And then lagyan natin siya sa ating possible point of breakout. I would actually see na ating technical target for the head and shoulders is actually around the 37,000, which actually nag-play out yung ating full body candle up until the 37,000. So that actually played exactly dito for the head and shoulders pattern. Now, ito yung ating latest na nakukuha kong comments ngayon na meron doon tayo actually head and shoulders pattern forming with the Bitcoin price. Pero now, let's talk about this latest head and shoulders pattern na ang dami nagko-comment sa comment section as well as may mga different forums na nagsasabi na may head and shoulders. So, ito actually yung tinitingnan ko ngayon na sinasabi nila. And then, let's try to understand and let's use the basic fundamentals itong head and shoulders. So, basically, itong head and shoulders is actually, we need a support trend or sa support line that would indicate yung ating higher lows. So, in that case, what we are going to do is we're going to look for different indicators. You could actually say na you could use the 100 MA or you could actually use the 50 MA or let's say the 200 MA. But either way, ang pinakamalapit siguro dito is actually the 100 MA. So as you can see, we saw a trend of higher lows. So actually, isa lang yung naging trend natin dito na higher low. So as you can see, dun pala medyo nakukulangan tayo sa data na yan na nagsasabi na dati sa head and shoulders kasi you could say na this could be lowest point in time ng ating Bitcoin price. We saw a higher low. We saw first peak, second peak. And then as you can see, some people actually tried speculating kung alin dito yung ating next lower low. What people tried to do is actually, they tried to consider this as a lower low. Now, ang problem ko dito guys is, comparing it to the previous Bitcoin price action, you would actually see na we saw a lot of full body candle closes within this area. So, let's try to look at the Bitcoin price action dito. As you can see, we did not actually see a full body candle close. Now, bakit ba natin kailangan ng full body candle closes in these areas? Kasi, if we get full body candle closes dito, then that could indicate that is a confirmation na break natin yung ating trend of higher lows. At the same time, magkakaroon tayo ng opportunity na magkakaroon ng bullish retracement. In that case, itong bullish retracement, yung dead cat bounce, that is the one that is going to confirm a head and shoulders pattern. However, we did not see a full body candle close. And as you can see, hindi nga masyado ganun clear yung ating right shoulder kasi ang gulo-gulo niya So, as you can see dun pa lang, medyo sketchy na ako dito kasi walang full body candle close. Hindi masyadong clear yung ating bullish retracement dito, especially in dead cat bounce. Kasi typically, a dead cat bounce is somewhere na magkakaroon tayo ng talagang retracement to the upside. In this case, this was not actually a very good retracement. This was actually just a wick. And then from there on, saka lang tayo nag-continue to the downside. So as you can see, basing from our fundamentals alone, we are not yet seeing a dead cat bounce na mag-retest yung ating higher highs. And then look at this sa ating previous Bitcoin price action. We saw a lower low dito sa ating trend. Ayun, lower low as compared dito na full body candle closes na mataas. Ito, if we're going to look at this is not yet actually a lower low pa. Kasi if we're going to look at this latest price action, it's actually not yet, hindi pa nga actually tayo nagkakaroon ng full body candle closes within this line alone. Basing from that fundamental alone, especially na if ito yung gagamitin mo na lower low, hindi natin na-break yung ating trend of lower low. So right now, as you can see, following the fundamentals natin, meron tayong trend line, next is yung peak, dead cat bounce, as well as yung lower lows. Halos konti lang yung na-meet na dun sa criteria na ating head and shoulders pattern. So right now, is this a valid head and shoulders? For me, I don't think so. In order for me to consider na this is a valid head and shoulders, kailangan natin ma-break yung trend and magkaroon man lang tayo ng lower low dito para, let's see, ma-confirm natin yung ating head and shoulders. And then in that case, from there on, mas maganda na magkaroon tayo ng dead cat bounce. And then let's say nagkaroon tayo ng dead cat bounce from that point in time. Then doon pala natin siya na i-confirm na meron tayong head and shoulders pattern. Kasi look at this, it's just a wick and wala din tayong body candle closes na nag-indicate na it broke the trend of higher lows. I'm more likely going to invalidate this for the time being kasi yun nga wala tayong clear dead cat bounce. It did not follow a fundamentals din for the Bitcoin price. So ayun guys, dun pa lang medyo hesitant na ako for the Bitcoin price basing on the fundamentals alone. Kulang-kulang talaga siya for me, as well as wala tayong full body candle closes, walang clear na right shoulder. Ang dami talagang kulang dito sa ating fundamentals na nagsasabi na this is a head and shoulders. So if you're going to ask me, I don't think that this is a valid head and shoulders yet, as it does not meet our criteria of a head and shoulders. Pero guys, let's say naniniwala ka pa na that is still a head and shoulders and then gusto mo i-push na that is still a head and shoulders. Nasa sayo na yon. Pero let's say gusto mo siya i-trade, the best place to trade Bitcoin with the lowest fees possible is if you want to short that, kung gusto mo yung gawin, the best place to trade Bitcoin is actually in BingX, pati kay Bybit, kasi dito mas mura natin Bitcoin trading fees as compared to other platforms like Binance. Di ba kay Binance ang OA ng kanilang trading fees when it comes to Bitcoin. So if you want to claim bonus dito sa ating mga platform, just use my sign-up link na you can find in the description down below. So ayun muna update natin for today guys. I hope na nabigyan natin kayo ng update regarding with the Bitcoin price action, as well as na debunk natin yung ating head and shoulders price action na namin nagsasabi na meron tayong nag-form in the daily time frame. So if you find this video useful and informative, please give this video a like. And as usual, if you want to see more contents like this, please subscribe for more. I'll see you in the next video and bye-bye for now.